Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Verizon IndyCar Series live from Daytona International Speedway for the first race of this season. We have 41, but there can only be 40 hungry drivers in this race today. We have a lot of fast cars with speeds going to be over 200 miles per hour for the most part, unless you have a bad car, all that. Anyways, so let's go to the starting lineup. I like how the pace car is completely purple. Alright, let's do this, shall we? Starting on the pole, number 9, Dixon Charles. Started next to him will be that number 1 is Scotty Carter. Starting third, 06, Danica Patrick. Starting next to her will be the 28 of Victor Munes. Luke Pergowski is going to be racing in this series, as well as in the Twisted T-Truck Series and in the Piston Cup Series. Marcus Bolton will start next to him. Gabeth will start next to Sam and Graham. Connor Patrick, our Piston Cup Series winner from Daytona, starting up near the front next to Jimmy Neutron in the 35. Kevin Barnett, another Piston Cup Series driver, starting next to Invasive Alien. Cameron Bush Cameron Bush. Sorry. Starting next to number 18 of Sebastian Germains. I probably said that wrong. George Lynn. No, is that right? Griffin Lynn. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing names left and right. Sorry. We'll start next to Bob Ross, who paints his way into this season. Tib Foster started next to the 33 of Recency. Johnny Newton started next to Eli Gordon. George Bowers, this is what I was trying to say. George Bowers started next to Derek Vanderplug. Pretty sure I said that right. The Muffin Man started next to Cletus Nolan. Derek Foster starting next to D. Vitolo. I don't know his first name. I probably never will. Andy Webb starting next to Ben Crouch. Nicholas McCoy starting next to Anthony Finch. Ryan Dawkins starting next to Barry Sloopmobile. Eric Monaco starting next to Cameron Holbrook. Jeffrey Davis. I'm just going to say Jeff Davis. Starting next to Michael Canto. Connor Metz starting next to Christian Gorman Jr. Rounding out your final positions will be the 21 of Kyler Boggs and the number 46 of Dylan Rush. Lots and lots and lots of action that we want to get into today. Get out of there. Okay, didn't see that. Let's go through our practice laps while we wait for this pace car to come in, as the video is rendering, as you can see. Dixon Charles, our pole sitter, got the fastest out of practice with a 40.5. That's how fastest these guys are. Slowest being the 00 of Jeffrey Davis with 42.5. Still a fast lap. Hopefully everybody brought the right car to the track this weekend, because if you did, this will definitely be competitive. But if you did not, then it's not going to be as competitive. Pace car rolls off. Let's quickly go back to this. So let's quickly go through the field again, just to make sure that every car comes on the lineup just fine and we don't have any issues. Ours are a little slow, but I could see that happening a little bit. Alright, every car looks to be okay so far. Let's go rear chase here. Let's go without these real quick. Yeah, sorry if this looks like this. I had to downgrade my things for a little bit to get this recording pretty fine. Next week, we are going to another super speedway. We go to Freeway Super Speedway, a custom track that I found online. 11 long miles of action. 3 to 6 wide even. on a race track that is very, very unforgiving. With speeds up to 230 miles per hour for the IndyCars, we will take it to that track as well in the Piston Cup and the Twisted Tea Series later in the series. Do not expect any triple headers because those will be very rare in this series. I believe there is one triple header, maybe none if I'm not. I don't know. It's one of those two. It's either there is or there isn't a triple header on this season. I don't know. Pace car is about to roll off. I haven't seen any cars acting up. So it looks like we will be having a very action-packed first few laps. Pace car rolls in. Dixon Charles is going to bring the Verizon IndyCar series to a start. Green flag is in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody gave an inch on that one. Look at how aggressive these cars are in the back here. They're aggressive everywhere. Dixon Charles will clear Carter on the first turn. Man, this downgrading the graphics was definitely something I shouldn't have done, but I had to do it. Look at how aggressive these drivers are going to be running. Tib Foster dropping back, not going so well. Dylan Rush is definitely going to gain his positions. Dixon Charles will lead off the first lap of this race. Pretty fast, too. Victor Muniz is in second, followed by Marcus Bolton in third. And Victor is going to take first away from Dixon Charles. And Dixon Charles is going to fall back too, as here comes Marcus Bolton, I believe. Yes, he is. And he's going to be slingshotting past Victor. You may have to deal with this for this week until I get, yeah. Sam Graham is in fourth position, and Carter is in fifth. Connor Patrick up in the front. Can he win the Can he win the Daytona 500 just like he did with the Piston Cup 500? Jimmy Neutron trying to track him down and pass him. Danica Patrick is trying to see if he can pass that smart little kid. Evasive Alien, another Piston Cup Series driver, trying to make a name for himself in all three series on the PRN. Twisted Tea Truck Series, so far doing okay. I mean, hasn't finished anywhere near the front in a long time, but he has the potential. In the Piston Cup Series, he's been basically the same. Griffin Lynn trying to take his position away too. I think he's the last driver in the top 10. I believe so. Yes, that's true. He was. And George Bowers is going to take another position away from Invasive Alien. So Invasive Alien is going to drop outside the top 10. Jimmy Neutron is trying to keep his position away from Griffin. Back up toward the front here. Marcus Bolton still up in the front. Victor Muniz is still trying to take that position away. Dixon Charles follows in third position here. Sam Graham in fourth. Scotty Carter is the last car in the top 5. Connor Patrick will be the first driver outside the top 5, but still in the top 10. Griffin Lynn is on the high side, and he's going to try and make a pass on the high side of Daytona. Crazy. 3 wide for... Nope, never mind. Or 3 wide for a position. Griffin Lynn's gone the bottom of the racetrack, trying to take the position away from Connor Patrick, and he's going to do it. In front of him being Scotty Carter in the top 5. Goes down low. Griffin Lynn is being pushed by George Bowers. And Griffin Lynn will take another position. Big gainer so far from that lap. Gaining 3 positions from the last lap. Sam losing a lot of ground to the top 3 drivers. Dixon Charles in third. Trying to take second away from Victor. And Marcus Bolton is up in front. Tib Foster is not having any speed today. Going from, I believe he started 18th and dropping all the way to 40th. And there is not really much of any lap cars just yet. May not look like there's going to be much lap cars today. Maybe. I may be wrong though. Marcus Bolton is going a full 222 miles per hour in this corner. We go to Kevin Barnett, who is hitting 210. Last driver that has good amount of speed, who's in 38th position, I think now, is hitting about 200 miles per hour. Vitolo is still hitting 200. Foster is not even hitting 190. Marcus Bolton, however, is still your leader, ladies and gentlemen. Victor in second, Dixon in third, Sam in fourth, and rounding out your top five will not be George Bowers, but Griffin Lind. Well, they're still side by side, but Griffin has the advantage. Scotty Carter not looking too hot after starting up near the front, is dropping back ever since the green flag wave. Connor Patrick, basically the same situation there. Danica Patrick, they're not related, is in ninth, followed by Jimmy Neutron, who rounds out the top 10. Face of Alien, number 11 in the 11 car. Or number 11 car in position 11. The Muffin Man trying to take 11th away from Invasive Alien though. But Derek Foster is pretty much faster. All these cars are pretty much faster. I guess that's why my frame rate's being a little crap. Gabeth is having hit one hell of a day too, gaining a lot of positions from Ryan and Nicholas. Cameron Holbrook. Ben Crouch as well. There's Eli trying to track him down. Derek Vanderplug back in 20th. 21st being Bob Ross. And we have a big battle for positions here. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Wow, crazy battles all over the racetrack. I'm loving this so far. 10 laps are completed. I know that because I'm all the way in the backstretch in these. Yeah, 10 laps are completed in this race, or 9 laps, excuse me. There's Johnny Newton, who's at the tail end of this pack. Anthony Finch and Luke Perkowski is all the way back here in another separate group. Cletus Nolan just all alone, being tracked down by a big group of cars here. But it's all Marcus Bolton so far. Not much has changed in the top 4. Top 5 is being switched every few laps. Hunter Patrick is being challenged by Ryan Dawkins, who is going to pass him. I say is. They're still side by side. Danica Patrick is being challenged by 2 fast drivers of Derek Foster and Nicholas McCoy. Cars shoot down the track and they shoot back up the track. Danica shoved up the track. Face of Alien being shoved up the track too. And Jimmy Neutron is falling. Not a good race for that team already. Wow, these cars are sliding back and forth here. Victor Munes is trying to take, I believe, okay, Dixon Charles is up in front now, I believe. Is that correct? No, Marcus Bolton's still in front. Dixon's just in second. Yeah. Sam in fourth, and there's a big battle for fifth. Let's go rear camera on this battle. Griffin Lynn leads this group so far. The moves can always be made, like the one that you see on the right side of your screen. Let's go to the left side. See him on the bottom of the racetrack. There goes 68 of George. And then here comes another car. Number 14, and you can see another car coming into view. Muffin Man, number 27. Yeah, you can see a lot of other drivers. Let's go back to TV1. A lot of drivers battling for position here. They're going over a lap car. Some being held up. Yeah, a lot of drivers are being held up by Vitolo. Including Griffin. Oh my god. Almost a wreck. But they're 3 wide for positions here. 3 wide. Pit stop should be coming here in the next 10 laps. So that'll definitely separate the field probably. It's been Marcus Bolton ever since, I believe, lap 5, I believe. I can't remember when he took the lead. But the other pack is trying to catch up. Let's go to the roof camera here. Can't really see them in this corner, but next, when they hit the front straightaway, they can. Okay. Spectator, this may work. Okay. You just see how fast these cars are going. Look at how fast these cars are going. Pretty fast. And that's pit lane, pit lane, pit lane. Okay. 3 wide. I see a little 3 wide battle there. George Bowers leads this group. Ending out the top 5 would be Ryan Dawkins. Derek Foster in 6th. The Muffin Man in 7th. And now trying to upgrade his position. Nicholas McCoy on the top side along with Sam and Graham. And Griffin Lynn is loose and just lost a lot of ground after that lap car. Let's see what's been happening in this battle. I just love seeing this battle because a lot of positions trade off. Top 3's just been the same for the most part, like this. They trade a lot, but it's only for second. And go helicopter view, maybe. Yes, we can. Come up to more lap cars here. Let's see. They're about to eat up. Number 76 of Kevin Barnett and Tib Foster. Yeah, definitely something Kevin did not want when he has such a fast car. More drivers being lapped down, including Andy Webb, Jeffrey Davis, Dylan Rush, and Cletus Nolan. All have great speed, but none can compete with Marcus Bolton, Victor Munes, and Dixon Charles. They all go 3 wide, almost. They were 3 wide for a split second, but Dixon Charles has the bottom line advantage, but it does not look like it'll be enough. Now it'll be enough to take first away from Marcus. Dixon Charles is your new leader, ladies and gentlemen. Marcus, our old leader, falling back to 3rd. Not the farthest you can fall back to. But there's still some lap traffic in the way. There's one more car they have to pass. I think that's another target car, I believe. Of Cletus. You know, shooting low, and I think there may be a new car that's trying to battle with him. No, it's just the lap car. I just thought it was because they shot up for it. Marcus Bolton on top of Victor Munes, and he'll take 2nd. Now Marcus trying to take his 1st place back that he lost. Won't get it this lap, but he'll definitely get it on this corner. They're shooting down. Well, they were shooting down. The next lap down car that will either be Luke Perkowski or Anthony Finch. But they're all the way on the back straight away, at the end at least. Expect pit stops here in the next 2 laps, because these cars do need to get their fresher tires going and all that. While we wait for this to happen, which should be next time by, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, some drivers go in. I'll just put it on this camera right now. Let's take a look while pit stops are going on. Take a look at the fastest lap. Number 28 car of Victor Munes has the fastest lap. You can just see how fast these cars are, with nearly a 1 second advantage from 1st to 10th. You go all the way down and it's about a 5 second advantage from 1st to 40th. Absolutely crazy stuff here. We take a look at this. There's a total of about 10 cars a lap down. I say almost. It's about 8. Cars are coming off pit road. And I see a lot of drivers ram into each other because I want to get off pretty quick. There goes some of the cars that were up in front. 21 laps have been completed according to Marcus Bolton's thing on the bottom left. I believe a little bit more has been finished off here. Okay, so as we watch the remaining parts of the thing right here, let's go to Marcus Bolton. Actually, let's go up a little bit. Let's find... Where is he at? Show yourself, fool. Recency, I believe, is still on pit road. Show yourself. Dixon Charles, there he is. Okay. Dixon Charles battling with Victor side by side, entering turn 3. This is another great battle here. Capture this. Victor has the advantage on this one. I think this may be the battle for the lead, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Nose to tail. Okay, second. Bolton up in first. So still the same 3 cars. And Nicholas is now in 4th. Followed by Derek Foster. Ryan Dawkins in 6th. Sam in 7th. George in 8th. And the Muffin Man in 10th. No, 7th, excuse me. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I know the top 5, but other than that, I don't know anything else. Marcus Bolton has the lead, but it just won't be long because here come the other 2 drivers that are battling for that position. Dixon Charles and Victor Munes. Victor had to go to the apron for a second because of the lap car behind above Luke Perkowski. Dixon Charles just slings to the bottom of the track, and can he make that work? Side by side, they got a lap car up ahead. Who will that affect? Dixon Charles has it. Victor is going to take second. Once again, Marcus Bolton falls to 3rd. We got a wreck up ahead because I see a lot of tire marks. Let's see what happened there, shall we? Let's go back. I think it starts right about there. Okay, Tib Foster is on the track. Oh my, damn. Okay, so Johnny Newton comes down with a lot of speed, while Tib Foster doesn't have any sort of speed. And what happens? Boom! That's what happens when you go low. Shoots up the track, and that's what you call a wall ride, ladies and gentlemen. Part of the car through the wall because of the graphics. But Tib Foster wall rides, nose down, plants itself to the ground. First caution at Daytona. Nobody else seems to be getting involved, so they slow down fine. This will bunch up the field. Let's go live. This will bunch up the field dramatically. Let's go to the pace car, who will zoom out at 130 miles per hour. This will mean that a lot of cars will have an advantage. A lot of cars that weren't a lap down, which we could see right here, is about 9 cars. But the number 12 just got lucky. Really, really, really lucky there, as you can tell. Pace car goes high, and there goes some of the other cars that were behind the pace car. Now they're going to start lining back up. As you can tell, that we have 8 drivers that are a lap down. Tib Foster is out of the race because of wall riding on lap 24. So yeah, Tib Foster, not a great week for him at all. But he won at Bristol for the Twisted Tea Truck Series. Hopefully we can get an update on Tim Foster's condition, because that was a very, very hard and vicious crash through. 25 laps have been, or about, well, 24 laps have been completed. We are over halfway done with this race. We have about 15 to go. Next time by will be 15 to go. I believe if the pace car has its lights off next time by, we will have 14 to go for the restart. That'll set up for one crazy, crazy restart. So here's your top 10, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go through that here in a few short seconds. Fastest lap is still being shown as that 28th car of Victor. Slowest car being the number 24. Okay. Let's go through this, shall we? Dixon Charles up in front in first place, followed by Victor Munes in second, Marcus Bolton in third, Nicholas McCoy in fourth position here, alongside Derek Foster in fifth position, Ryan Dawkins in sixth, Simon Graham in seventh, George Bowers in eighth, Griffin Lynn in ninth. The Muffin Man runs out your top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Connor Patrick in 11th. Oh, this one. Cameron Olbrook in 12th. Eric Monaco in 13th. Ben Crouch in 14th. Derek Vanderplug in 15th. Eli Gordon in 16th. And Michael Kitto in 17th. Mason Villian in 18th. Danny Patrick in 19th. And Sam Carter rounds out your top 20. Nobody seems to be heading into the pits. I wouldn't think so, because we just had pit stops. Pace car lights are still on, so they're still cleaning up the mess here down in the front straightaway. So we will fast forward this, because I'm not in the mood for a commercial break. Go one more. Okay. I am in no mood for a commercial break, because I want to do this commercial free. That's why the hell not. We will do a crank it up as soon as the pace car goes in. So, which means that as soon as the pace car just zooms to the left, you'll be able to crank that sound up. Pace car light's going to be on. Yes, they are. Oh, or off. We are going to restart with 13 laps to go here in this race here. I'm going to play it live on the... Okay, this is where I'm going to play it live. Okay. We have Luke Perkowski. We have Dylan Rush, Andy Webb, Jeffrey Davis, David Barnett, Cletus Noland, Cameron Bush, and D. Vitalo, all a lap down. I don't think I'll ever remember that guy's first name. So, 13 laps to go in this race. This is a really quick race, but when the Indy cars go over 220 miles per hour, you definitely know that it's going to be a fast, action-packed race. We are going to take it on board with number 83 of Marcus Bolton for this restart. Ladies and gentlemen, when this pace car hits left, y'all crank up that volume. Crank it up, ladies and gentlemen. 9 laps to go in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Victor Muniz in now second. Nicholas Vakoy is in first. This is rounding out to be a great battle for the finish, ladies and gentlemen. Dixon Charles in third. Derek Foster in fourth. Marcus Bolton in fifth. And we have some lap cars behind him. But Griffin Lynn, sixth, trying to come join these guys. Ryan Dawkins is in seventh. Now, just a 3-wide battle in general. All in all, a lot of good drivers up in the front. Some cars being a lap down too. Nicholas is now your leader, but is being challenged by, who is it? Dixon Charles, 3 wide for the lead. Kevin Barnett takes his lap back, and now it's Dixon Charles has the lead, but Marcus Bolton will take that lead. It's going to be a crazy battle here. These guys are going to be so aggressive in these last final laps. You can believe that. Bolton up in front. Victor up in second. And Griffin Lynn trying to take first away, but he only gets up to second. Now he's going to take first. Griffin Lynn comes back from 6th to 1st in about a lap and a half. 7 laps to go in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Dixon Charles, our pole sitter, trying to go to pole sitter to victory lane. Pole to go, I want to say. Nicholas Vakoy trying to take third away from Marcus. That's going to happen. Derek Foster trying to get into the mix as well. It's basically a 6-car battle for victory, ladies and gentlemen. And Kevin Barnett is also trying to hold up the guys, but Kevin Barnett has a fast car, but just not fast enough to be up toward the front for the lead. But Griffin Lynn is your leader with 6 to go. Dixon Charles in second. No moves are being made yet. Nicholas in third. Victor in fourth. Marcus in fifth. Derek in sixth. Eli in seventh. Vanderplug in eighth. Ingram in ninth. And Ryan rounds out your top 10. Other drivers also trying to make it into the top 10, but so far, nothing much so far. 1 caution today. That's for Tim Foster going on his tires onto the catch fence. So that set us up for a great restart and a 5-car battle for the lead. Marcus Bolton trying to catch back up to these guys. Will anybody make any moves? Griffin Lynn started pretty much in the middle of the field and now gained up to first in this race as we hit 4 to go, ladies and gentlemen. Dixon Charles going to lose second to Nicholas Vakoy. No, he won't. He goes low. Griffin Lynn has one of the faster cars of these 3 guys, getting a 39.76. Nixon gets a 39.79. Everybody else just has a slower lap than Griffin does. Griffin being one of the fastest cars out there. I believe that set a new fastest lap. No, it did not. No, it did not. No, it did not. No, it did not. 3 to go in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Griffin, your leader. Nothing has changed about the top 5. Let's go back here for a little bit. Big battle back here. Danica Patrick, sorry. In the 20th position. Reese at Sea and Connor Patrick, a rivalry that's in the Piston Cup Series, having a rivalry in the IndyCar Series. That's crazy. Griffin Lynn is about to get that white flag, and there's a 4-car battle back here. Whoa, what is going on? There's Barry Sloopmobile slow on the track, holding up a few drivers. That'll be very, very bad for The drivers that want to catch up, because they are not looking to catch up to a Griffin Lynn who is bursting away from the field. Great restart by Griffin Lynn after the caution. That'll put him up, basically up to first place and the win. So yeah. White flag sponsored by Credit One Bank here at Daytona. We've been commercial free this whole race. This has been one of the shortest races, but it's been also the fastest race. Griffin Lynn coming from 7th on a restart, I think. He was, I believe he wasn't even in the, I don't know, he was somewhere. And he comes up to first. And now he's going to drive it into the corner. One last time. Griffin Lynn, ladies and gentlemen, your Daytona 500 winner. It is Griffin Lynn taking us to the checkered. Good race for Griffin Lynn. We're going to take it to pit lane 1. No, that's cockpit. Pit lane 1. We're going to look at the final standings of this race. Griffin Lynn comes in first, ladies and gentlemen. Nicholas McCoy comes in at second. And we have Victor in third place, Dixon Charles in fourth, Marcus Bolton in fifth, Derek Foster in sixth. His brother, I'm not sure if they're actually brothers, but I'm just going to say that, came in 40th because of the wreck that gave us the first caution. Christian Gorman Jr. in seventh, Sebastian Jimenez in eighth, Derek Vanderplug in ninth, Eli Gordon in 10th. A great race through all drivers except for Tib Foster, who did not finish so well. And there was about 8 other drivers that were on that were a lap down. Excuse me. Pergowski, excuse me, not having a good week. But Tib Foster ends his week on a sour note when he started with a amazing note. I think we could talk about our biggest mover, which I believe it was Griffin. Let's go to qualifying. Where did Griffin qualify? Griffin qualified 15th and came up to first on the final lap. I think we can safely say our biggest loser was the number 4 of Pergowski. Definitely not a great way to end off 39th. But no points are being added in this series. Next season, they will be, for sure. But we have to get through about a lot more races. Next week, we take it a Freeway Super Speedway. Another Super Speedway to get this going. Fun racetrack that'll be. That'll be coming next Friday here on the PRN Pig Racing Network. Congratulations to Griffin Lynn winning the first race of the Verizon IndyCar Series. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week on the PRN Pig Racing Network, where we have drivers going through 11 miles of complete traffic hell. We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen.